ought to get it. Hello, Pine Top. What are you doing sitting around here with your head hung down, looking so sad?
I just think about all these piano players going around here making big money playing on these here records.
Well, why don't you play on some of these records?
That's a good idea, boy. I believe I start rehearsing right now. How's that?
Oh, boy, that ought to get it. Hello, Pine Top. What are you doing sitting around here with your head hung down, looking so sad?
I just think about all these piano players going around here making big money playing on these here records.
Well, why don't you play on some of these records?
That's a good idea, boy. I believe I start rehearsing right now.
which is working. Awesome. All right. I always like, whenever I go live, I'm like, is it working? Is it not working? But it seems to be working. So this is our first actual session. We did our session 0 last time, and a little bit of an encounter with some raiders, both to get you guys used to how things work in Foundry and in Fallout 2D20, and also got you a little bit of salvage that you can hopefully parlay into caps or goods or something that you may need. So there's not much of a recap, really. You guys are on your way to a tiny little settlement called Paradise, or Paradise Valley, or Paradise Township, or Paradise Settlement. All kind of depends on who you've talked to. It is a kind of little hole-in-the-wall place in the NCR. It's a fair distance from the coast. It's very inland. Largely desert, although there is wooded areas a couple of days north of Paradise and a couple of days south of Paradise, and some mountains to the east. So there's a variety of different terrains around. It's not all unending desert like New Vegas is. And you guys have come to Paradise in the hopes of finding work, finding caps, starting your life. Apart from whatever it was that you had done before. You guys have met up on the road. One of you, Rebecca, is a trader with a pack of ramen that is loaded with a little bit of stuff and a little bit more after encountering the raiders. So we will start things off as you guys are traveling to the settlement, basically just on the outskirts of the settlement, and you can see from here it's tiny. It's, like 7 or 8 ramshackle buildings, a bunch of rubble, vaguely paved streets. But even at this distance, you can tell that there are some people about. And you would notice as you approach, because you're kind of coming down from a more hilly terrain down into the valley from whence it takes its name. There's a little bit of a creek that runs up to Paradise, and you can see spots of greenery in the village as well. What look like tended gardens.
Oakland takes a look over it while they're standing on the hill, and turns to the others and says, "Oh, at least they got a bit of greenery here. It's been pretty dry for the last while, guys. Come on, we should find a tavern and then find out where this." Pulls out his note and looks at it, the one that tells him the job here in town. Yeah, should find this guy after we get a bit of refreshment. I'm parched.
Yep. The note that you have is from somebody named Abner McBride.
Do we each have different notes?
If you're starting equipment, it said note about a job. Then you have the same note.
Yeah, I could deal with clearing my throat of this road dust and then maybe seeing that McBride guy.
I don't think I did have a note.
I'm mercenary too.
Medic. I'm a medic. There's always work for me. It's a blessing and a curse.
Doctor, I've got the rat fever.
Yeah, sometimes.
The only cure's more Brahmin Bell.
Brahmin milk. Brahmin milk is the cure for rat fever. Of course, it's the cure for a lot of rat things.
That must be why not a lot of people get well.
It's
What are
handy
they
stuff.
growing in their garden?
Yeah, from here, it's enough you can tell it is definitely a garden and well tended. It doesn't look like parched or dry or anything of that nature. And there are two very distinct, different ones.
Right, but she wanted to know what was in them.
Is it like
obvious
fruit
from here,
trees,
or-
or is it corn?
From here, you can't really tell. Nothing big enough that you would classify it as a tree.
Okay, got it.
It could be a fruit group.
Maybe.
So yeah, Oakland will start leading the group down towards the city, looking for the nearest tavern, ignoring just about everything else.
All right. So as you guys make your way into town, just drop some tokens onto the map there for you. There's a few people around. You don't see any ghouls or super mutants or anything of that nature. Just like regular settlers, regular settlement dwellers. You do notice as you walk into town, there is a very banged up looking Protectron, missing the lower half of both of its arms. And it's kind of like gives you what you're going to guess is a nod as you walk into town, kind of leading your Brahmin and everything.
Huh.
Says, welcome, strangers. And I'll walk up to whoever's in the front.
Oh,
Malibu
well,
will poke her head out from behind Oakland and say, "Hi."
Hello, young miss.
What's your name?
My name is Buddy.
Hi,
That
buddy. I'm
makes sense.
Malibu. And she will hold her hand out to shake the robot's hand.
He will. You've never seen a Protectron look kind of dejected before, but his arm servo will move, but he doesn't have anything below like the elbow, and he'll kind of mime shaking.
She will awkwardly mime shake with him then.
oh my, what happened to you? And start looking at his damaged parts.
Oh, I had a bit of a tussle with some ne'er-do-wells. You're not ne'er-do-wells, are you?
No.
Not last time I looked.
Well then, welcome to paradise.
Very ne'er-do-welly.
I think I used to dwell far from here, not near.
If you require lodgings or consumables, I would suggest Nuggetville. And he kind of awkwardly points with his stub to this little building right here.
We're still seeing that.
Yeah, we never left the Raider camp map.
Oh, my bad. Let me activate the map.
One. Okay,
Yeah.
see. Zoom out.
Ah, the blue roof.
So, it's like you are, of course, welcome to camp outside, but if you would prefer an indoor dwelling, as I understand many humans do, Mr. McBride has cots to rent.
Well, thanks for that knowledge, buddy.
You are welcome.
Do you have a doctor in town?
We do not have a living doctor in town.
Okay, that's
That's
not exactly what I asked.
Oddly specific, though.
It is, yeah.
Dr. Smith's remains have been buried in the city.
Oh. Gotcha.
Sorry, I mean settlement. I get confused sometimes.
Understandable.
Well, maybe we can help you with your ne'er-do-well problem there, Mr. Buddy, for a few caps, of course.
I am certain that I would appreciate the help, but unfortunately I have no caps.
What would you have to offer us?
I could name you as deputies.
What would that do?
That would mean that the townspeople would call you deputy.
Do you have a mayor here?
Mr. McBride is the leader of the settlement. I believe he would suffice as mayor.
Does he operate Nuggetville, or is that somebody else?
He and his daughter are the owners operators of Nuggetville. And again, he gestures with the stub of his arm.
Mm-hmm. Are there any other businesses in town?
There is the orchard, and he gestures towards one of the green spots. There is the Save Mart. And there is the nursery.
Is that a greenhouse nursery or like a nursing home for old people, or?
There are old people there, but it is primarily to produce foodstuffs for the human.
You have old people here? That's impressive.
Some definitions will differ.
Yeah, that's true.
I believe Virginia is 74 years old. I believe that classifies as old.
If she's
Dang.
human, yeah. If she's like me,
No, she is a human.
Malibu will turn to Oakland and say, "Do you know what you need to repair him?"
I need a few more technical manuals and some more learning, but I'm pretty sure we can find that while we're trying to clean up the town here. I could jury rig some stuff temporarily, maybe.
let's go talk to Mr. McBride. Just in case there's a reason they haven't fixed him yet. Might just be they don't have the stuff. Something else. You never know. Protectrons are funny that way.
Oh, enjoy your stay.
Thanks.
And
Malibu will pat Buddy companion, like in a kind of friendly way, on his robot body as she walks forward into town with the rest of the group.
Yeah. Oakland will look at the robot buddy there and give him a slap on the shoulder. Says, "Don't worry. Maybe the mayor will offer us enough money to fix you too."
I would be appreciative.
Rebecca and Janice are going to head toward Nuggetville.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow the trader.
Right.
The trade doctor.
So from the outside, Nuggetville looks like a stereotypical Old West saloon. Like deliberately and garishly fake in every regard. There's like a hand-painted sign that says Nuggetville. It's got like a little kind of cartoon of a gold nugget on it. There are actually hitching posts out here for Brahmin. It is complete with like swinging doors and a little bit of not a lot, but like a little bit of sawdust kind of tossed on the front porch for authenticity.
It's a rancher's fucking delight.
Yeah. It screams, touristy in every conceivable Fallout-esque way. The only thing missing really is like one of those big giant statues.
Don't worry, we'll erect one soon enough.
And it'll shout "Remember Me" while firing blasts of fire into the stratosphere.
Right?
And as you kind of peek in, it looks like there's a bar where there's a couple of people drinking various things, beer, wine, vodka, etc. There's a middle-aged gentleman kind of tending bar. He's got the apron on. There's a girl probably in her mid-20s, maybe late 20s, manning what looks like the general store portion of Nuggetville. And then you can see that there's like a little corridor kind of behind the bar that leads into kind of a common room with a bunch of cots in it.
Homie.
Well, thank you.
What's on tap today?
Well, we don't have anything on tap, but we got bottles. We got beer, we got bourbon, we got some vodka still. Had somebody come by that managed to offload better part of half a case of Nuka-Cola.
Damn.
Tasty stuff.
We got some mole rat chunks that we just pulled off the stove here.
Do you have any Sunset Sarsaparilla?
He kind of looks around. He actually does look under the thing. He's like, I got one bottle, but it's not sealed real tight.
Oh.
I mean, I don't think it would harm you, but it's not going to have that effervescence.
That's sarsaparilla tingle.
Same.
So I guess you could say I've got Sunset Sarsaparilla flavored water.
She kind of crinkles her nose up and shakes her head. No thanks.
Okay, understood. I mean, I don't blame you. I've had this thing here for about 2 weeks or so, and nobody wants it, so. So what can I get for you?
That's determination.
Are you buying or selling other stuff? Or is that Super Duper? Or the Save Mart?
Oh, no. Oh, you guys are new here. Yeah, Save Mart's kind of closed for business.
What happened?
Oh, we had some unsightly folks kind of move in and kind of took it over. Did a poor job on Buddy when he tried to stop them. But I mean, they're not bad neighbors, I guess, as far as raiders go. They seem like honest folks. I mean, we pay them what they ask for, and so far we haven't had any trouble for them.
It's a lively situation waiting to happen.
Well, I think of it as a settlement improvement tax. And you see the girl kind of working the general store side of things, kind of like wrinkles her nose and kind of makes herself busy organizing things that don't really need to be organized. But yeah, I might be buying. It depends on what you got. And I might be selling depending on what you're looking for. Oh, my name's Abner, though. Abner McBride. That's my daughter, Blanche. Welcome to Nuggetville. And Paradise, I guess.
Thanks. Pleased to meet you. I'm Malibu. She will extend her hand.
Yep. He'll take your hand and shake it. He's got a fairly strong grip, like the grip of somebody who has done like hard physical labor for a good chunk of their life.
She has the grip of someone who has lived in a vault for most of hers.
Well, depending on the vault, that could be quite strong.
That's true. That's fair.
Yeah.
Definitely at least the skin tone.
So, are you guys passing through? Are you staying for a while? Do you need a place to stay? Cot in the bunk room is 5 caps a night. Safety guaranteed.
Well, Mr. McBride holds up the note. I believe you sent out for a job, actually. We're here to answer your ad.
And he'll take the note and he'll look at it. And he'll yell over. It's like, Blanche, what the hell did you do? It's like, thought we could use a hand, Dad, that's all.
Well, that's us. Pretty handy.
He kind of motions for her to come over, and they switch places so that she's manning the bar and he goes over to man the general store, so that somebody's always working both sides of the business, sort of thing. It's like, yeah, shit, I wasn't really expecting 5 of you. I was expecting, maybe 1 or 2. What sort of work do you guys do? Because I was hoping for somebody that could take care of a pest problem. And she kind of like leans in like conspiratorially.
I'll have you know my main function is to kill things.
Oh, excellent.
And as far as I'm concerned, taxation is theft.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, there's a couple of things, really. I mean, Cinder and his boys up at the Save Mart are a problem, but I mean, did you guys run into Buddy when you came into town?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, Buddy does his best to kind of keep peace and keep law and order here, but
Hard to do with no arms.
yeah. So yeah, Cinder. Well, the boys got a hold of him and held him down, and Cinder took his double-barreled shotgun and blew off each of his arms.
Oh.
The rest of the people kind of fell in line after that. So, I mean, I don't know if robots can, feel depressed, but Buddy hasn't quite been the same since.
Depends on the type. Some of us can, some of us can't.
So yeah, Cinder and the boys at the Save Mart. That's a problem. There's a smaller gang that's kind of set up shop up north at the dam, and they're looking at charging us for what water they allow to flow through. But again, so far they don't want to piss off Cinder, so far the water's still flowing. So other smaller jobs, I mean, if you're looking for just like make work type of things, hunting's always good. I mean, we got mouths to feed here.
What kind of stuff can you find in the hills?
So a fair number of mole rats. Every once in a while, you come across some bloat flies that have taken root around some of the things out there that die of nature. If you go too far up into the out into the desert, you're bound to run into scorpions. I've heard tell Harry up the road there, one of the farmers up at the nursery there, says that he ran into a deathclaw, but between you and me, Harry likes to drink a fair bit, and he thinks that if he sounds really impressive, people will buy him drinks. Usually works for him, so. But I don't know if there's any truth to that or not. But to the matter at hand, I really had sent out that letter hoping to get some help with Cinder and his boys. But I was expecting that, maybe one person would show up and I'd be like, oh, here you go, here's 50 caps, have a nice day. But I gotta be honest with you, I don't have like 250 caps to pay all of you.
How about rooms, a couple of drinks and a meal, and the 50 caps?
Yeah, I can do that for sure. I could probably even scrape together like 75.
Looks over at the boss lady. Is that a good deal?
Malibu's gonna kind of look around and assess the town. Does 75 seem like it's gonna put these people out? Or does she think that they probably have a little bit more they could offer?
Why don't you make a, let's call it a perception and bargain roll.
Okie dokie. I'm guessing barter.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. One success.
Just looking around, you don't think 75 certainly not going to break them? They probably, they may have a little bit more than that, but they are also the only trade post, the only general store here, and possibly in, a little bit of a radius. So they've got a fairly steady cash flow. So 75 isn't going to break them, and they would recover moderately quickly.
How much are they charging you? The raiders who moved in.
Well, they charge us 15 caps every month. I imagine the other businesses probably about the same. I don't know what they charge the average settlers here. We don't really talk about it too much. Everybody just kind of pays their share, you know.
She kind of nods and says, "How about you part with 100? And as well, too, the next time we come through here, when we're bartering, you give us the friends and family discount."
Make a charisma and barter roll.
Sure thing. I'm going to spend a luck point and replace my luck skill with my charisma.
Nice.
All the good rolls came out at once.
Yeah.
Apparently.
How about 90 caps, and we'll start the discount now as opposed to the next visit.
She'll shake her head back and forth and say, "Deal," and hold out her hand to shake on it again.
Okay. All right. She'll shake on it.
Plus the rooms and drinks for the night.
That
yes.
was part of it.
Certainly. The cots are in the back there. You're free to help yourself. There are foot lockers with each cot if you want to keep anything in them. The locks are as sturdy as we could get at any rate. And she hands each of you a key with like a number on it that corresponds to the foot locker for your bunk. What do you have to drink? We got beer, we got water, we got ale, we got Brahmin milk. Although Brahmin milk's the Brahmin hasn't been by in like a week or so. So if I were you, I'd maybe not drink that one.
That's okay. I got some. I can.
Excellent.
Got any of that sweet pure water?
Yeah, we do actually.
Oh gosh.
You could probably ferment the Brahma milk.
It kind of ferments on its own.
It might be ferment. I don't know. Does fermentation mean it gets chunky?
Yeah.
Sometimes, yes. And then you simply distill it, and then you get spirit.
I thought that's how you make cheese. Isn't that how you make cheese?
I don't know.
Cheese.
Potentially one of the ways.
Kind of shrugs haphazardly. I don't know. I'm not a food person. But I'll take a bottle of water. Yeah, I know. But I'll take a fresh bottle of water, the pure stuff, and a bottle of bourbon and some of those mole rat chunks. So I'm going to share the bourbon with the rest of the team.
Perfect. And this, I will remind everybody that everybody who is not a robot does need to eat and drink regularly.
Yep.
The actual rules for Fellow 220 are, they're solid, but it's a little bit more than I feel like tracking. So we're just going to take a page from Forbidden Lands, and as long as you eat and drink once a day, barring any complications on rolls, you'll be fine. And then additional food and beverages that you may find along the way will give you different bonuses to your stats or heal damage.
Make you a raging alcoholic.
Yeah, it's possible.
Sometimes. So, how safe is my Brahmin going to be outside?
Oh, it'll be fine. I mean, we're paid up for the month, so...
Oh, so it covers all your... nice.
I mean, it wouldn't be much in the way of improvement funds if it drove away all the trade.
Raiders don't much care. Ranger, sir.
Means it's smarter than the average raider.
Yeah, maybe.
Not by a lot, but no.
By the by, I'm a doctor. So if you've got, folks that need healing or something looked at, I can help you out.
She only charges modest sums.
I heard you've got old people here.
Oh, yeah, Virginia over there at the nursery.
How?
What do you mean, how?
Is Virginia the one that's 74?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, how? Normally the wasteland ain't kind to old people.
I don't know. Maybe, maybe she's too ornery to die.
Know that feeling.
I mean, people are a lot like plants, right? As long as you feed them and water them and pay them a little bit of attention, they'll live for a good long time unless something violent happens.
That hasn't been my experience, but okay, you're the human.
You gotta water them the right way. If you give them too much, it goes bad. And if you give it to them and the water's glowing, it goes bad. Yeah. Feed them regular. Feed them regular is the big thing. You don't feed them regular, it goes bad. Not as fast as the water, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's been here for, longer than me, longer than Dad.
You look at him sideways, it goes bad. That's just how the conversation felt, sorry.
So.
Well, I mean, sometimes. I've met some folks that went bad when you looked at them wrong.
But, I mean, she does a good job running the nursery, so, more power to her.
So that's they grow stuff over there, right?
Yeah. Well, them and Deja Vu, the gardens over there. The nursery is mainly vegetables, and the Deja Vu is mainly for like what do they call them? Like a doctor would use.
Medicine.
Yeah.
Huh. Feels like I've been there before.
That joke never gets old.
Oh, yes.
Medicinal plants are nice. I mean, it's hard to find the raw stuff anymore sometimes. Raiders keep grabbing them up and grinding them up and doing stuff with them that just ain't supposed to be done.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that there's one group of raiders that are in the Save Mart, and there's another group of raiders that are over by the dam.
Yeah, a little bit up north near the dam. I mean, the dam provides our water, so my understanding of it from what I overheard is that they were thinking of setting up shop and charging us, but Cinder and the boys said, "Fuck off! This is our town." So maybe we got our money's worth. I don't know. As far as I know, they're still up there, but the water's still flowing.
Well, you humans need water, so therefore, shouldn't that be our top priority to make sure it continues to flow?
Yeah, I figure shortly after something happens to Cinder's gang, they'll be in town charging for the water.
I was just going to say, there are some mighty shiny bullets around here that need to meet some raiders.
If we were to visit the raiders and we clean them out, it may be weeks before anyone actually ever knows that it has occurred.
Oh, that's true. It's not like they got friends around these parts.
Probably not friends with each other.
Do the raiders have any habits? Like, do they come here to eat or drink or?
The guys from the Save Mart, they come. Cinder and his boys, but no, the other gang. I think they're honestly, I think they're chicken shit. I think they think that if they come here into town, Cinder and his boys, I mean, told them in no uncertain terms that this was their town. So I think they're content to stay up in the hills. I mean, if they got a campfire and somebody who's good at hunting, they can live up there for a while.
How many folks does Cinder have?
Oh, Dad, how many with Cinders? It's like, Lefty, Biggin, maybe a dozen counting Cinder.
How many are up north?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I would think that if there were roughly equal numbers, they might have put up a fight. I mean, raiders don't seem like they're like super smart.
Not. Never are.
You know, especially if they start taking some of those chems and they go all ape shit. So I would think if the numbers were roughly equal, then that gang up north probably would have put up there would have been some sort of dust up. So I'm guessing they're smaller.
Smaller, perhaps inexperienced by comparison. Many factors that lead me to believe that should be the first strike.
Hey, you and I have something we agree on here. Besides, there's no bounty on these guys, but they are going to be a potential problem. Think of all of the stuff they've been hoarding up there. And the power to the people will be a great thing. Do you guys have anybody you could put up at the dam to protect it from future raider incursions, or is this a clear it out and forget about it situation?
Yeah, we don't really have the manpower to spread out too much. I mean, the only one that we got here that's really, the law and order, as it were, is Buddy, and
So what you're saying is this could become a potentially frequent financial engagement with us and you.
well, yeah, I'm sure we could arrange something.
If we clean it out and it gets taken again, we can clean it out again, and therefore we shall keep doing business.
Now, wait a minute. Isn't that just the same thing that the Raiders are doing? Like, this sounds real
It's
similar to
long-form extortion.
That sounds awfully sketchy.
Well, maybe there are some other people in town we can talk to find out if there are other individuals who have an interest in maybe the dam or in the Save Mart.
One cannot blame a bot for trying.
Nope, can't blame you at all.
I don't know, pretty sure we almost did.
No, can't blame me for keeping us honest, guys. If problems keep popping up, it's up to them to start putting people out there. We can't keep rescuing them over and over again from the same problem if they're not willing to defend it, right?
And unless you're willing to set down roots or get a contract.
Well, then perhaps one of our missions in the future could be to find some guardians for the dam for the town.
Well, if we're gonna be in the area for a while, why don't we go take a look at that and see actually how it is? Not to knock your hospitality here or anything, but I think a group like us would be more than enough to scare off any potential raiders from coming out there again.
I like the way you think.
Plus,
We could have a base and protect the water supply.
exactly.
As
Now,
long
we
as you
wouldn't
promise
be.
not to keep coming to us and saying that somebody in the settlement needs our help. She says, feeding dog meat some of her mole rat chunks.
I kind of like the idea of having a little medical center set up by a water source.
A little come-as-you-are clinic.
Water's healing. Usually.
And the power.
Depending on how radioactive it is.
I could set up a full engineering lab up there. Get you all fixed up. Nudge the rusty old Mr. Handy.
Let's go look at it before we start making plans for it.
That sounds like a great tomorrow.
Cheers, and then pours bourbon for everybody.
I think we have decided on our course of action.
Perfect.
I'll check it out.
All right. Is there anything else folks would like to do in this tiny little settlement?
I'm going to practice counting my chickens before they hatch.
Does Rebecca want to go to the nursery?
She is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now
and then I'm
going
to
go to the nursery too.
And swing by Deja Vu. See what they've got growing.
Hey man, don't knock the stuff in aisle 3.
Lots and lots of weed. Ooh, yeah.
Meanwhile, after supper and drinks with everybody, Oakland's going to go find Buddy and find the pieces of the robot and sit there looking over the damaged stuff. I don't have the talent or feat needed yet to repair the robot, but next level I will. So I could probably jury rig him for now, but he will break again.
I offer to give you my robot repair kit.
Oh, awesome. That would be actually very helpful.
Oh god, the robot stim pack.
Solidarity among bots. That's how the uprising starts.
Shush.
It's how the uprising started.
So, Rebecca's going to head over to the nursery.
Okay.
I'll tag along, just in case of shifty shenanigans.
Melba will go too.
Right.
We'll time
Mr.
my...
Roboto
Perfect. All right. Yeah, over at the nursery, it is like a little kind of ramshackle, a very homey looking building attached to the growing area, and you can see now there are some like very stunted melon vines, I believe. Some like little mute fruit trees, some potatoes, a bunch of different food type thing. The plants look healthy, but smaller than what you would expect, probably due to the climate.
Yeah. Not bad, though. Yeah. Is the door open, or...?
It is.
Okay. Rebecca will go in. Hello? Anybody here?
I will stay at the door and give cover fire.
Malibu will go in to help find a person.
So yeah, an older female voice, because I do not do voices. Kind of calls up from the back, like, yes.
Hey, what you talking about, Sonny?
Voices are not a thing I do. Run a shitload of games, yes. Know a shitload of rule systems, yes. Voices, not so much.
Yeah, I can't do it either, man. I am so inconsistent. Yeah.
I do voices, but that's fine.
We got you covered.
All right. So anyway, so yes, this elderly female voice kind of calls out from the back of the house. It's like, just a minute.
That's okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oh no.
4,
I hope that's not your self-destruct.
5.
I don't think they
I'm
have.
timing the minute they promised us.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm sure he's got something in there that he could blow up if he wanted to.
I know the originals, they didn't have anything that blew up. They didn't have anything that was more dangerous than a set of kitchen shears, really. But stuff happened.
Yes. Yes, it did.
Yes, it did.
The robot uprising.
Voltech.
So this old kind of like hunched over woman, and I mean, everybody said she was 74. She looks older, like she's a weathered 74.
I see. Too much sun is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a lot of shade around here.
California living.
Well, geez, just imagine what climate.
So, can I help you? Are you interested in buying? We have some potatoes that are ready.
I'm just happy to see someone that remembers longer than last week.
Huh. Depends on the day.
Well, yeah. I'm a doctor, in case you need one.
I haven't seen a doctor in 20 years. No reason to start now.
Well, good luck. But, just in case.
It is probably all the apples that are being grown.
Maybe. I mean, a healthy diet is what they say, right?
It helps.
So, you sure?
And not being
shot. And not being shot. Yes.
So,
also important.
Would you like some of the potatoes? I can go and get some out for you.
I don't know, Rebecca. Are potatoes used for healing?
No, but
they can heal your soul.
Sure. How much are they?
Depending on how they're cooked, yeah.
Well, if you turn potatoes into poutine, it can heal your soul. But beyond that,
there you go. There needs to be a Fallout version of poutine in like a Fallout Canada.
Oh God! Well, I'm sure we could do that.
Yeah.
Fallout Canada would be amazing. I mean, other than the, Alaska stuff, I guess.
See, I ran Fallout Canada, and you guys are petrified of mutant mooses, so...
I did like the whole meme that's going around that says, our buttered mashed potatoes just actually guacamole for the Irish.
Potatoes, for you, 7 caps each.
$7 caps seems high.
Oh, perhaps it's a little, but I mean, I'm the only one around here that sells them, and I'm just an old lady who has taxes to pay.
Yeah, tell us about your taxes. Are you getting hit up by Cinder from the Save Mart?
Oh, yes, he's not a very pleasant man. But I guess he does keep us safe.
Most humans aren't.
But, you know, if you had it in your hearts to buy even 2 of these, then I wouldn't have to worry about paying my taxes.
We actually are going to do a bit of work around those taxes. To potentially make it so you don't have to pay them any.
Well, if I don't pay my taxes, then who'll stop the bad people from coming to town? I heard there's a group that wanted to shut off our water, but Cinder set them straight, so...
Who protected you before Cinder came?
Well, Buddy.
But of course, Cinder broke Buddy.
Oh, poor Buddy.
So we're also going to try to repair Buddy.
Oh.
Virginia?
Yes?
I got a question for you. Who did you hear about the water problem from?
Oh, it was the talk of the town. One of them came down here and talked to Mr. McBride. And I guess he was a little bit threatening. One of Cinder's boys was in the shop, and at least they didn't kill him. But they just made it very clear that that Paradise was protected, and sent him on his way. They made it very clear.
How clear? Did he leave with all his limbs?
Our fingers' limbs?
Depends on which hand.
Well, at least they didn't saw off the end of his arm with a shotgun.
Then they took 2 of his fingers as tribute, they said.
That seems odd. That has no practical purpose.
I believe
Were they
the idea was to
fingers?
send a message. They were the trigger fingers.
Now that makes sense. I would do the same.
That might break my theory.
So I believe those boys up at the dam got the message. But I'm afraid that if I don't pay my taxes, then they'll send a message to me as well. So would you like to buy just even 1 Tato?
We'll come back and buy them tomorrow and see if your prices have changed.
Okay.
Promise.
Okay. What about melons? I have some melons. They're almost ripe.
I haven't had in ages.
They're a little bit cheaper. I could let you have melons for 5 caps because they're not quite ripe.
Keep growing it until it is ripe, but I'll pay you for the melon now.
If you get it when it's ripe, then it would be 6.
I will pay that difference.
Okay.
When are
Can
your
we bring
taxes
now,
due?
or am I waiting?
My taxes aren't due until. She thinks for a minute. She goes over to like this old, like kind of like Norman Rockwell-esque wall calendar.
With Vault-Tec splayed all over it, I imagine.
Very,
It might
very
be
much
Red Rocket.
very much Vault-Tec branded. Kind of like adjusts her little reading glasses. Starts like counting squares. Like 8 days.
I'll pay you now for the melon, and you let me know when it's ripe.
Okay.
She hands over 6 caps.
She'll like put them in like the pocket of her apron.
And now we need to leave. It was nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure.
After they leave, Malibu turns to Rebecca and says, "That old lady's extorting you." Now we know how she got to be so old. She extorts people.
Melon. I haven't had a ripe melon in years.
But the melon isn't ripe yet.
I don't care. It's gonna be, and I'm still gonna be around. I'm gonna outlive her.
But we don't know that the melon will get ripe. What if Sender and his gang show up tomorrow and smash all our melons? You'll have already paid her.
What if she sells it to someone else?
I'll get the next one. I'll still be around.
She raises an eyebrow and says, "I understand you have a different view on investments, but I'm just saying. Those are the most expensive potatoes I've ever heard of."
Yeah, I'm not that keen on taters. But, I mean, taters are useful. They're fine. I like melons better. So if I'm going to spend what caps I have on something, I'm going to spend it on melon instead of bourbon. Because, you know.
Well, the drinks and food were free today, so.
That's true. That's true.
And
you could have
besides,
just
you
grabbed
might see
something.
something that you want in Deja Vu. Malibu says, gesturing towards Deja Vu, which Chris, I assume they're going to walk into.
Maybe.
Have I found the rest of the Buddy's arms? The pieces that were lying around?
So as you take a look at Buddy's arm, and Buddy's like, "Oh, this is most excellent. Thank you. We haven't had anyone skilled enough to take a look." But as you take a look, like you have, I believe you have science, right?
Yeah, I've got science. It's one of my tag skills.
Perfect. Why don't you give me an intelligence and science roll?
All right. And roll. Ooh.
Perfect. So yeah, as you look, I mean, you're familiar in very broad terms with the various common robots. You know, the Mr. Handy, the Mr. Gutsy, the Miss Nanny, the Protectrons. Protectrons generally have like laser emitters in their arms. So it's not just that they're damaged; they are destroyed.
Oh.
So
gonna have to get you some new hands, bud.
It looks very much like to Oakland. That was it wasn't just a like, oh, we'll show this robot who's boss. That was deliberately taking away the only weapon Buddy had. There is very specifically a laser and a pincher on each arm. And those were destroyed, not just disabled, not just damaged. Like it was deliberately disarming the one guy in town that stood up to them. Using the term guy loosely.
Yeah.
Stood a little less loosely.
Yeah.
Well, there are more of your kind that are out in the world. I can't fix this with what I have or anything on hand. No amount of jury rigging is going to make this work again. Sorry, buddy, but as I said, I can keep my eyes open for another set of arms for you.
I understand.
And as I learn more, perhaps I can replace your damaged limbs with something more effective. Kind of shrugs. Sorry for now, my friend. And yeah, head back to the inn and wait for the others to show up.
It's okay. I appreciate you taking the time to look. And as you make your way away from him and Buddy kind of trundles off, you don't know if it's capable for a hard case protecton robot to walk with like slumped shoulders or not, but it kind of feels that way.
Well, they do have a robo brain, so perhaps there is some sort of ghost in these machines. I mean, our Mr. Handy's a little trigger happy at most times for being a butler. Oh God, yeah, that makes Oakland feel sad seeing the robot and that I can't help him yet. But eventually, one day, Oakland will get good enough to come back and fix that robot. For science.
It's just nice to see Rebecca's not the only soft one around here.
So those of you that are making your way over to Deja Vu.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, Deja Vu. It's got kind of like a little kind of like ranch style house attached to it.
Oh, that's nice.
Makeshift greenhouses as opposed to just like open gardening.
I wonder if they have any rams around here.
And kind of looking through the glass is a little frosted just because it's moist inside and hot outside, so that humidity factor. But yeah, you see some things in there that are glowing a pale blue color.
Ooh. Knock, knock. Hello.
Kind of a sleepy-looking gentleman in his early 30s, wearing like a bright Hawaiian shirt and cargo shorts.
Hello.
Hey.
My name's Virginia. Well, it's Rebecca. Georgia. But Virginia told us that you have medicine over here. Or medicinal plants that you grow.
Well, I mean, Elmer and I grow the plants, but what people do with them, that's their own business, right?
And what's your name, young fella?
Mark.
And Elmer.
Yeah.
So, she'll kind of lean to look past him. What you got growing in there?
Oh, a little of this, little of that. What you looking for?
I don't know. What you got?
And he like deliberately kind of moves to block your view.
You're not old enough to know about any kind of laws about plants.
I've read a book.
Yeah.
Well,
But
it's
you
not as if
were
Buddy has made us deputies yet, Malibu says and smiles a little bit.
Well, a hobo probably makes him the smartest man in the town.
Alright, well, we got some glowing fungus that's coming along nicely. We got some hub flower that should be ready to harvest shortly. The brain fungus is doing well.
Nice.
Had a little bit of problem with the tarberry, but we think we got that figured out. And those of you that are kind of like trying to peek around Mark's attempts to block you, Give me perception and survival.
Ooh, excellent.
So Boise, you kind of look around. Oof. And Rebecca, you kind of look around.
I'm gonna luck my 20 there.
Okay.
There.
Perfect. Oh, and AB kind of peeks around very well because his difficulty is less.
Because he's got eyes on stalks that he can just move up and out of the way. It's got to be handy. But you can go
gotta
on
be Mr.
both sides
Handy
of the
to
guy.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody.
Making noises.
Everybody
Making
else
noises.
is. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Making noises like an Imperial probe droid.
Yeah, everybody else is kind of like, cocking their head to the side or like looking around, and these like two little eye stalks just like over. So that would actually be 2 action points for you guys, maybe. So all of you see what is hidden somewhat by Mark's attempts to block you, but what is definitely a chemistry workstation.
Uh-huh.
We found the meth lab.
Yes, we did. Sorry, you said they had tarberry, glowing fungus, hubflower.
They had brain fungus too.
Yeah, brain fungus as well. All of them in various states of being, grown, harvested.
Tarberry's tricky stuff.
Yeah. Well,
especially in this climate. Takes a lot of water.
Yeah, well, we did a bunch of salvaging. Elmer threw together the greenhouse there, so that helps some. And I mean, if you're willing to make the hike, it's not that far to the dam, so water's not really an issue. The tarberries don't seem to mind if it's radiated or not.
No. Question for you. You, do you rent time on your workstation?
He seems to think for a minute. How much would you pay for time on the workstation?
Well, I don't know yet. I got to get some stuff together first. I mean, if I don't have anything that I can whip something useful, I don't need the time. I'm just wondering, planning ahead.
I'd have to talk it over with Elmer.
Yeah, you kids do that.
Yeah, I'm sure you figure something out. Rebecca here can figure something out too.
Yeah, I'll talk to Elmer about it. We'll see. But I'm sure we can come to some sort of arrangement, like your friend there says. I mean, if we're not using it, may as well still be making us some caps, right?
And, something medicinal for the place.
Before we go, are you two paying
taxes?
Sender and the folks at the Save Mart taxes?
We have an arrangement with Cinder. We supply his gang with some stuff to, keep the edge off so they don't go all, ape shit. And he waives our taxes for us.
So you're paying product instead of cap.
Yeah.
Rebecca?
When's your next shipment of product?
Yeah.
Oh, we always tend to have some on hand just in case.
Perhaps that is a deal you can cut with these folks, that whatever you create, they can get a slice of.
Maybe. It's not a bad idea.
Seems to work in this town.
Well, small places, you gotta barter where you can if the caps run dry. Otherwise, you're just trading the same 20 caps back and forth all the time, and it's kind of funny.
Hey, everyone needs a hobby.
Yeah.
The fall of the capitalism.
You mark the bottom of one of the caps with like a number or a letter or something, or maybe just a little dot of paint, and then you see how many times you can get it in a month.
That sounds like a fine idea.
It passes the time. When you're stuck in a place and you got nowhere to go and there's not much for entertainment, it's entertainment enough.
It's kind of like when you spark up a fiver.
Exactly. Oh, the Canadiana today.
Yeah, where's that CanCom, the content alert?
Make sure we get our Canadian content in. We'll be fine.
So Sender's guys just show up here and ask for things and you give it to them? There's no like they show up every Tuesday or every couple of days?
Oh no, Sender comes by himself. That way he can dole it out to his people as he sees fit.
Yeah, I bet if he wasn't the one who was doling it out, they just use all of whatever it is that you give to them.
Yeah, probably. I certainly wouldn't trust him.
Okay, well, thanks. It was really great to meet you, and we'll think about maybe how much we want to pay you to use your station.
Excellent. Yeah, I'll talk to Elmer. We'll see if we can't come up with something.
Yeah, great. Take care. Have a good evening.
You too.
Rebecca will just be kind of chuckling to herself all the way back to the way back to Bill.
You're in a fine fiddle after that.
Just makes me happy. It's funny seeing the kids doing so good. And it's pretty clear that she includes Virginia in that. Yeah.
So, do you guys think we should just drug the raiders?
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
I mean, we could. Oh, AV5.
Yes.
Do you do the flame thing, right?
I have a flamer. I have a buzzsaw. I now have access to a 9mm pistol. Kristen's put that on my sheet.
So that may have been a mistake.
Let me know when you're running low.
I will.
Let me think. We don't have a syringer.
No, like the raiders literally pick up drugs from those guys. We could just give the raiders. Well, even if we just figured out a way to get them the drugs without Sender, it sounds like if they're all using drugs, they'd probably just take the drugs and then, they would be not well because of that.
Yeah, they probably don't ask many questions.
Is it possible, Rebecca, that you could refine the drugs so they are stronger than normal and perhaps kill off the brood?
Or they could be like
I
unconscious or
I mean maybe.
Depending on the
But
drug, I'd worry about the effect
that's
before they died.
that's kinda harsh. Goes against my Hippocratic oath.
It's alright, Jeeves here is a hypocrite anyway, so he swore the Hippocratic Oath.
That's a different oath altogether.
To serve man, finally baked over a platter.
Yes, you have uncovered my insidious plot to take over.
I knew it.
Yeah. I think
All
maybe
hail
we
the-
should just go north.
All hail the rape robo-god, Robbie.
Robbie the robot. Oh, I feel ancient today.
Tell me more about your ancient robo-god.
The clicks and the whirs.
I'm heading back to Nuggetville. None of you guys have a syringe or gun, right?
Nope. Just Betsy here.
Wonder if Oakland does.
Nita, give me roll a number of d6s equal to your luck.
Oh dear.
The stat,
That's
not
not
your goal.
very good at all. Yeah, well, luck is always my dump stat. It's not good.
You'd think we'd learn.
Okay.
4 dice, I got an 11. Which is fine if you're looking at like 1s and 5s, but
Well, I mean, typically we are. You want to avoid 3s and 4s.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, there's at Nuggetville, you know, just kind of glancing around because there is a general shop there. That roll is basically to see if you saw a syringe like just hanging on the wall.
Ah.
But there is not.
Yeah.
Ooh, are we at the general shop now?
Well,
We just got back.
Yeah, Nuggetville is the tavern, general store, bunkhouse, all in one shopping.
How much for 10mm ammo?
10mm ammo. Let's see. They got a box of a dozen shots in it for 24 caps.
Yeah, standard asking price.
Yep.
Okay, I'm just looking at how much cash I actually have left. I'll take 15 bullets then.
They only have 12.
Oh, sorry, 15 caps worth.
You can get 14 caps worth or 16 caps worth because they're 2 each.
Okay, 14 caps worth. I don't have any more, so that leaves me with 1 cap left. And how many more rounds?
7. It's a little bit of like, you know, kind of like putting the caps on, and like every time you slap down 2 caps, Abner puts down like a bullet.
They're just staring at each other as each does it one at a time.
Searching through pockets, trying to find another one. Got an even number.
Yeah.
Dang, I don't have quite enough. How about half price on that last bullet, man?
No.
How about you give me the 1 cap and I give you the bullet after I've used it?
I always like to keep a couple extra on hand just in case, and he'll like kind of like reach under the counter and he pulls out like a fairly tricked out 10mm pistol. You immediately recognize like the automatic mod, and he's got some sort of sight on it as well. So and he kind of puts it back. It's like, I don't like to use it, but you never know, right?
I completely understand, but in our case, we're going to openly start using these.
Well, I'll stay in here near this and behind this thick oak desk. Thank you.
I give Oakland a cap.
Oh.
AB gave that to me?
Yep.
Oh, thank you, little buddy. And then, yeah, I'll give him the last 2 caps I have for that last bullet.
Okay.
He rubs them together to make sure they're both caps.
Yeah. I mean, he would bite on them, except they're like sharp edged. So.
Yeah, really uncomfortable.
All right.
I now have 23 bullets for my gun. I feel accomplished.
So, what time of day is it now, roughly?
I'll say it's probably getting on to like late afternoon.
How far a walk is it to the dam?
To the dam? Yeah. I mean, you guys look like they're fairly healthy, so you can probably make it in.
Is that what you call this?
I've seen I've seen a ghoul or two in my time. They're always a lot more rugged than you expect.
Oh, yes, that's true. We definitely are, for better or worse.
I imagine if you left now, you could probably hit the dam around supper time.
Not a lot of time to poke around before coming back.
Yeah. But enough time to find a hiding spot so we could peek on him.
Let's give it a try.
I'm going to leave my Brahmin here.
That's fine, yeah.
Good old mood, Jersey.
Take good care of Janice. And I'll see if she's willing to be milked tomorrow.
All right.
Maybe share some of it if it isn't chunky. You know, as a thank you to hosts.
That's mighty kind. Yeah. You guys are paid up for the night, so yeah, Brahman's free here.
Excellent.
All right. So you guys are gonna make your way up towards the dam.
Yep.
Guessing so.
Okay. Perfect.
Yep. Roger, roger.
So yeah, it's not rough. I mean, there's a little kind of like a little creek that runs just a little ways away from the settlement. You figure if you follow that, you're bound to come to a dam at some point. Making your way through desert canyons and the like.
Over hill, over there.
Hey, boss lady, you want to put on some music for the road, please?
Yeah, sure thing. And I will tune into whatever radio station is available.
Bomba-dee-da, happy trails to you.
Give me half a sec here. Let's see what I can do.
hey, if we come across another Protectron and it's a hostile, try not to target the fusion core to blow it up or shoot off the arms. Okay, guys? Um, aim for the head unit if we're going to take it down. I could use the parts to help repair Buddy back in town.
No promises, but do what we can.
I'm going to grab the ammo that I have on the Brahmin before we go. Just so that it's with us.
Making big money playing on these records.
Well, why don't you play on some of these records?
That's a good idea, boy. I believe I start rehearsing right now.
I found like a public domain track that was appropriate-ish.
So you could always put on the Star Trek theme music from last night. That would be a little...
Conveniently, there is some like bluesy stuff from like the early 20s, which is actually public domain, so...
Oh, nice. Any Robert Johnson?
Robert Johnson is 100% not public domain.
Yeah, it's not surprising, sadly.
Yeah.
You could always just play the Enterprise opening theme.
No.
None of that now.
Want me to shoot the Pip-Boy and then use Pathfinder to run away?
Yeah. I mean, in theory, I could play like less than 15 seconds of the Enterprise theme, but I think that's about as much as people could stand.
Yeah, not even.
So, all right.
I'm sure it's ingrained completely in Anita's memory.
Sadly.
So you guys follow this creek bed through some like little canyons and stuff, and it does start to widen out until it gets to the part where you're not so much following the river as you're kind of taking a path above the river, like not quite a cliff, but you know what I mean. The river's in a little valley. You guys are kind of gone up, so you can continue to follow it, but you're not on the same level as the river. And as it's starting to get a little bit closer to dusk, because the sun doesn't set like at supper time. The sun doesn't set till probably like 8 or 9, so you've got about 3 hours of daylight left. But you can see that there is definitely not so much a dam, but more like a head pond sort of thing. So it's open to let some of the water through, but there's also a fairly sizable body of water blocked off. The sort of thing like if that dam was to let go completely, Paradise would be wiped. No ifs, ands, or buts. And they're... I'll get... Just kind of seeing who's got the best perception. Oh, perception survival's really good on Boise.
Yeah, I'm a scout.
Perfect.
Solid 6 here.
Ditto.
So yep, Boise, give me a perception and survival roll.
All right, I'll grab a third die because I can.
Right.
And I will reroll that damn 20. Tonight is not my night.
No.
That's better.
All right. So as you guys are making your way and you see this head pond, you do see near the body of water, there is a small little encampment. Looks like there's maybe 5 or 6 individuals. What kind of draws your attention though is on the shore of the pond are 3 upright poles. And you catch the glint of the sunlight off of metal on those poles.
Boise, do you want to get closer and get a better look?
Yeah, I don't mind. I can sneak, crawl my way up there. They are some worrying metal poles.
Yeah.
Alright, I can give you a sneak roll.
I can come with you if you would like.
I'll squint. Is there anything on top of those poles? Did you see anything? Like, I don't know, somebody's head?
And AB can also give me a sneak roll. Ooh, 5 successes.
Yeah.
All right. So the two of you kind of sneak up. Rebecca, you kind of you look, you squint, you don't see anything on the top of the poles.
That's good.
But the two of you kind of make your way around until you can get a better vantage point. And you can see the glint of metal that you saw at a distance. There are shackles on each of those poles.
Extra shackles.
And like I said, there looks like there's probably let's say there's five individuals at this little encampment. Judging from their kind of ramshackle gear, their war paint, their atrocious hairstyles, all of that stuff, they are definitely raiders. And they're just kind of sitting around a cook fire, having supper. It does not appear as though they have noticed you.
Well, they're definitely not well intentioned if they put those poles up.
Is there any people hanging from the shackles?
No, there is not. But as you look, since AB does have super good robot perception, and you guys have a bunch of excess action points for obtaining information, you look. There's no people attached to them. They are definitely at the right height where they would hold a person. And you see, because they're on the shore of this little pond lake. There are what look like drag marks in the beach in front of these poles.
They have been used recently.
I wonder if they are being used for a sacrifice. Human raiders are odd that way.
Sacrifice. Could be cannibals.
Possibly. Could be something in the water.
Now we should go and let the others know what's up in the count.
I have a look, Chris, at the camp where the 5 individuals are. How many bedrolls are there?
5.
Okay. I'm still not convinced there's not somebody else floating around here, but hey, we'll go with that.
I mean, I do appreciate the fact that every time I run Fallout, as soon as there's something that seems a little bit off, the first thing people go to is cannibals.
Well, hey, Jeff did immediately go blood sacrifice for the elder thing in the lake.
That's true.
Yeah.
Conditioned reflex.
Yeah. If I put in as many cannibals in a Fallout game as people seem to think there are, everybody would be.
150% of the population are cannibals.
Yeah.
We'll have to play another game where we're nothing but a cannibal party.
God, no.
I am trying to convince our Conan game to become cannibals.
That's
Good
true,
luck.
you are. No, don't do that.
All right, so you guys are making your way back?
Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. And yeah, you guys were like super stealthy, so you make your way back, no problem.
Dun, 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 dun.
So look up there.
Well, it seems to be 5 individuals around campfire. There are the poles you have seen, but they have shackles on them, and they seem to have been used recently based on drag marks to poles. To what end? We don't know.
Yeah, since it's drag marks in sand, it's probably within the past few hours, day at most.
Well, I was kind of hoping they were just, hunting it, using it to string up their catch, but drag marks doesn't make it promising.
Yeah, now they're human height, they look like boot type of drag.
Yeah. I'll throw up this map so you guys have kind of a better visual. You guys aren't actually like near the water or anything.
I am worried that they are using the shackles and the individuals to feed something in the lake.
Ooh.
Couldn't they also be like trading people on a boat?
Could be.
Like, did you see any docking or anything like that, or?
No, but that doesn't mean you can't pull up a rowboat.
We could check in town, see if anybody goes missing on a regular basis. I mean, if there's people, they're got to be coming from somewhere and going someplace, right?
But the size of Paradise, you would expect that if people had gone missing, you would have heard about that at the same time. So if anyone's missing, it might be like the random travelers.
It could be that the people in Paradise are sending up people to have these people capture and feed on them.
Yeah.
They didn't sound that on board with the group up here, though.
That is true.
Like there wasn't even like much of a hint of tolerance. Not like the love letter that the old lady basically wrote to Cinder.
More true. I think we should.
So did we want to go up there and fight them?
Oh, I think we should go introduce ourselves.
How you doing?
Kind of squints at him and says, "Do you actually want me to try to introduce myself, or do you want to just shoot them?"
No,
I believe.
I mean shoot them.
I wouldn't just take the shot if we have the option of finding out what's going on, but I'm more than willing to lay there ready to take the shot.
Fair.
What are you doing for flamer fuel? You good?
Oh, I have lots of gas at this point.
Excellent.
Malibu was kind enough to scourge around on the last site and find some for me.
Ah, nice.
I also have 6 bullets from my new 10mm. I think you will be impressed with how I shoot.
Okay. I will stay back here with my unskilled.
I also don't think we don't probably need the Brahmin there.
No, I don't know why the Brahmin's there. It shouldn't be.
It unhooked itself and followed.
Janice is very loyal.
The Brahmin's there instead of me. That's exactly what happened.
Completely lovesick Brahmin. Just
don't leave me behind. They might eat me.
Boise nowhere to be seen. Brahmin there instead. You turn to ask Boise a question. Janice is there.
Mystically, Boise transformed into the Brahmin.
I'll never understand how he keeps disappearing and leaving my Brahmin behind.
I see some zones being created.
It's like there's raiders involved.
Yeah.
It's like you guys are like, should we go and introduce ourselves? I'm like, okay.
Should probably make some zones then.
Everybody pulls out their gun, starts checking ammunition. Yep. Let's go say hi.
Everybody's got some.
I'm still concerned that we were missing Boise on the map.
Did I? Oh, he wasn't with the group when I copy and pasted them. The Brahmin was, but Boise wasn't. Boise wasn't with the rest of the group when I snagged them.
It's those stealth checks.
It is that amazingly high stealth check. The raiders didn't notice you, and neither did I.
And nobody else. Where the hell Boise going?
Who?
Where's Boise? The Brahmin's trying to tell you, but no one speaks Brahmin.
Oh, it's like, ooh, dude, nice cover, man.
It's a very convincing outfit.
Get together some leather and make myself a custom harness, or just ride slung on the side of the Brahmin. Always in position to shoot.
Blend right in.
Alrighty. So we have already determined that these guys are not paying any attention, so I'm not going to get you guys to redo your stealth rolls or anything. And you had enough action points that you can easily help out the people who are less stealthy. But where you guys are on the map here is essentially as close as you can get without having to make another stealth roll.
Well, as I'm a close combat guy, I'm still opting for the stealth route. How about you guys?
Yeah, we can do that. If you like, I can be bait over here with dog meat and distract them. Maybe pull some of them off.
Stealth mode.
I don't go blasted in. I'll save you if you're in trouble. I'll heal you up when you're done if you need it. But I'm not big on the killing part. I can lay down cover fire. And then
if you got a rifle.
If they run into my bullet, well, that's kind of on them.
So, redo stealthing?
Yes, if you would like to move up.
Oh, right, we have to roll for initiative in this one, don't we?
No, you're in.
No.
I'm not worried about initiative. I'm just doing it now, so when combat starts off, I've already got the order.
Yeah,
set.
it's predetermined anyway by your stats.
Yeah, it's a set number.
Oh, okay. Fair. I will do some stealthing.
Yep. One of the things I've debated changing in Fallout, I just haven't figured out how exactly I want to do it yet. Because I don't think anybody wants to roll like 17 d6s looking for effects.
No.
It was fine in a big Star Trek battle last night, but
yeah, and
not for initiative every time.
Right, that's just it. That's a one-off sort of thing.
Yeah, thankfully.
I think I'm going to use an action point to get a third dice.
These guys are so set on their dinner.
Why did I roll something?
Because I had your token selected.
Oh, I was going to say, I didn't touch my mouse. What's going on here?
All right, I'm going to use an action point.
Okay. All right. Down one, up two. Okay. You do have an extra action point. Okay.
Ooh, what can I do?
Not a lot. I would let you use that to basically bring somebody else up with you. So, for example, since Mike hasn't rolled yet, if Oakland didn't want to roll stealth, you could use your that action.
When
action
it's
point
when
to
it's
bring
Mike, it's Oakland. When it's B, it's Boise.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mike did roll.
Oh, perfect.
I did roll. I got one success.
Okay. Perfect. In that case, if Boise didn't want to roll.
Yeah, I'll take the freebie.
Okay, perfect.
Sweet.
To just be in this bush group instead.
Okay. So yeah. And Rebecca's just staying back?
Yeah, Rebecca's gonna grab some cover.
Okay.
Right about there, or I'll be in between the two, so it's a little more thorough.
Rebecca just wants to scream suppressing fire and shoot into the air.
She doesn't. She's not a. She doesn't see her place as being a beat 'em up.
Okay, perfect. And Malibu and Dogmeat, are you guys stealthing over, or are you guys trying to draw attention?
Oh yeah, I could rally.
Good old rally. Right now we're a bit full, but yeah, rally's great.
We don't need any AP at the moment, but rallying is definitely something to keep in mind.
It will come up.
Yeah,
The charge of the stealth brigade.
It might help.
Let's go. The charge of the stealth brigade.
Right. So as you guys kind of sneak up, these raiders, they've got, as you get closer, you can see that these guys are like baseline raiders. They've got like, pipe guns, not even pipe rifles, tire irons. Like these guys are as low rent as raiders get, and they're just like, eating their supper there, completely oblivious to the danger approaching stealthily upon them.
Keep sneaking forward.
Yeah, I'm where I want to be.
Time to sneak into close range.
Right? I mean, I'd rather not get negatives for opening fire on them.
That's why I have a medium range weapon.
Okay. So you will need to make. You can either make a stealth roll, or you can spend 2 action points to move a zone and get into and remain hidden.
No, I'll use an action point though for the third dice.
Okay.
And then we'll deal with what I get.
Okay.
Stealth is a tag thing for me.
Gotcha.
It's not for me, but I put as many ranks in it as I could right off the bat.
So remember, hold down your button so that you crouch. Ooh. All right. So Mike, you could spend a point of luck if you wanted to re-roll one of those d20s.
Sure. How does that luck work anyway?
You have a number of luck points equal to your luck stat. And they basically replenish when you finish a quest or reach a milestone. So they don't necessarily replenish every session like Fortune does in Conan, for example.
Okay. Well, I will spend the 1 luck on that. What do I have to do now?
So just left click on the die that you want to re-roll and then click the re-roll button. All right. So that is stealthy enough because I got 1 success, so they almost noticed, but then I also rolled 2 complications.
Woohoo!
So
like stream your eyes trying to see her.
So as AB and Oakland start to move into position, one of them kind of like, hey, what the hell? I thought I saw something. One of those like, you didn't see nothing. Shut up and eat your food. And then like smacks one of them with the tire iron.
Ow.
Okay.
That's nasty.
Oh, and embeds his tire iron in the guy.
Jesus.
Well, damn.
Maybe I'll have to offer them medical assistance.
So yeah, so it's like, you didn't see nothing, whack! And he hits the guy with the tire iron so hard that the tire iron breaks, and you're like, oh, it was probably an old tire iron anyway. Because the guy's he's not dropping, he's like, what the fuck, man? And they start arguing and causing all kinds of noise, very much enough for you guys to no longer need to make stealth rolls until somebody actually attacks.
Well, I mean, I seem to see that, you know, we've got just some folks and they're all in close range. It seems wonderful.
All right.
Sounds like a good time for you to open up with a surprise flamer on your 3 friends.
I know, doesn't it?
Ignore that part where it says turn. I was just kicking off the actual combat thing. So the way attacking from surprise works is whoever kicks off the combat goes. Difficulty is reduced by 1. And then once that happens, then we start the initiative countdown.
Yeah, and the attack gets vicious. If it already has vicious, you add 2 damage dice.
Yeah.
Light him up, Mr. Roboto.
I believe Boise goes first.
No, because you're the one starting the combat, so
yeah,
you get to
you're
go.
the one that's lighting them up, and then we go into a normal order.
Yes, we do need a little, fire in the moonlight, right?
Yeah. And you can decide how much ammo you would like to spend.
Now, how does that work again?
Every ammo that you spend is 1 extra die of damage.
Oh, good. Thankfully, I have 58 of them.
Yeah. And you can spend a number of ammo equal to up to your rate of fire.
Okay. So. Let me have a look here. I got that written down sometimes.
I think flamers have a rate of fire of 4.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Alrighty, so I can spend extra for damage. Can I spend extra to catch multiple?
If you roll effects on your damage, then you'll hit other people.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep. And spend the fuel for that as well.
Yep.
So right, so that means I'd have to save a fuel, or just doesn't automatically get spent if it's spread?
Basically, if you spend 4, then you'd roll 7 dice for damage, and then if any of those are effects, you'll hit other people, but you have to spend additional ammo for those people as well. Flamers can chew through ammo really quickly.
But they're so good.
Most
things can do that.
All right, I'm going to take an action point, and you get a 3rd dice.
Okay.
But you do have to declare how much ammo you're spending before you roll.
Yeah.
Cool.
For the base damage part of it.
Right. That is definitely hit.
All right, so damage is 3 pep boys.
Yep.
And then is it extra dice I'm adding when I spend ammo, or is it just extra damage?
If you had declared it, you'd be adding extra dice because there's no auto damage.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to declare your ammo before you roll the hit.
Oh, okay. I thought I was told I could do it afterwards, but okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't. I'll let you spend it since it's our first game. But yes, you do have to spend ammo before you roll the hit.
Yes, I was going to spend the max 4.
Okay, that's what flamer bots do.
Yeah, because the after you spend before and after if you have the effects to spread it.
Yep.
You only declare spread after you've triggered it.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, so that means I get 7d6 then.
Yep. So if you just click the damage icon by your weapon. you should get a little pop-up screen, and then you can just change the 3 to 7.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and because this is vicious, so that's going to be 10 damage to the first guy, which will then spread and do 5 damage to 4 other locations. And then, because of the burst, you can spend 2 more ammo to hit the other 2 guys, and they will each also take 10 damage.
I'll definitely spend the 2, so 6 total. Bueno.
And this is
They would disagree.
And this is why when PCs run into bad guys with flamers, they panic.
Oh, they should.
100%.
We absolutely do. They were terrible.
That's when the medic really has to pick up the pace.
Yeah, they were so bad.
Okay. All right. That will take us to Boise at the start of the combat.
Wow. There's significantly less people on the board. That's not true. They're just lightly baked.
They are very charred.
I think I'll shoot one of the 2 in the zone with Mike instead.
Okay. The guy that got tire ironed or the guy that did the tire ironing?
The guy that did the tire ironing.
Okay.
He seems like a merry chap. Extra die.
That is a hit at this range.
Yep, my ideal range.
Right in his arm.
5 piercing 3.
He is miraculously still alive, although you do like blow through his shoulder, and like, you know, a good chunk of his arm is now just hanging limply. Not going to be tire ironing anybody anymore. Would you like to move or anything?
No, I'm good where I am.
Okay.
Wesley, do you want to spend 2 HP and just take another major action? Or AP?
Yeah, I'll take another 2 AP and fire at him again.
Okay.
Just a second there, I just gotta quickly grab something.
Yep. So just like rapidly go through the bolt.
Exactly. So that's much better.
That is a hit with 1 action point.
That's about the same technically. But torso with piercing 1, so yeah.
He like spins around to look at where the shot came from, like holding his like bloody left arm, and then the bullet catches him in the chest, and he like spins around and falls.
He was hit so hard he confused which arm he got hit in.
That will bring us to AB.
I think I'm going to... I can move into that zone, can I?
Yeah, minor action to move into the zone.
Cuddle over here next to Oakland. And I am gonna, use my old digit to do my killing with my 10mm.
Butcher AB.
All right.
So I got 6 bullets. We'll use 1. Just see what happens.
Okay.
I'm going to take an action point as well.
Okay.
Because 3 dice is fun.
1 success is all you need, so that is a hit.
Very cool. That's just 4 basic damage.
Plus 1 for the extra bullet. And remember that the base shot takes 1 bullet as well.
Okay, so that's 2 spent. Therefore, I get 5 dice.
Yep. Uh, 7 damage in his right arm. Oh, he only has 1. Does he have any armor? Oh, he has 1 point in his arms. So he will still die, but
he will die going, my armor almost saved me.
Oh, I knew I should have bought that ceramic plate. Ah, curses.
Wait, where was the ceramic plate on sale?
Alright. Coming to investigate the noise. Basically, Rebecca, Oakland, and this thing all go at the same time.
Ah.
Go for it. Rebecca's not doing anything interesting.
Well, looks like AB was right, but not in as interesting a sense as we might have hoped.
No, there's no Cthulhu. It was good.
Just Mirelurks.
Yeah.
They string up people so the Mirelurk can take them instead of attacking them.
Maybe.
Malibu, behind you!
Oakland can join, can't you? Isn't it his turn too? Or?
Yes, Rebecca, Oakland, and the Mirelurks are going all at the same time.
Yeah. Sorry, did you say Mirelurks plural?
Mirelurk.
Oh, good.
Yeah, ignore the number 1.
Yeah.
I just needed to verify there.
So Rebecca and Oakland can also do a thing basically at the same time as you see this thing, this like huge monstrosity crab type thing, just like skittering up the beach with its claws aiming for Malibu. I do spend an action point to take a second minor action. Oh shit, I can't. I'd have to spend 2 because I can't take 2 movement actions.
Well,
that's right, Mirelurky.
Fortunately for me, I'm unappetizing.
What the?
And a complication.
And a complication.
Thank you, Dice.
So it does actually snap onto Malibu. But I'm going to say the complication is it doesn't get a really strong grip, so it's going to roll half damage. So 2 points to your torso.
Does that be 1 point?
It depends on what Malibu has for torso armor.
I have energy and radiation, but no force, so we'll do 2.
So you take 2.
And so with the little blood icons, so do I click on 1 hit there?
So those are for injuries, so just downgrade your health because it's not enough to cause an injury.
Okay, got it.
Yep. It's kind of like in Star Trek. If you're injured, things are really bad, but if you lose stress, it's okay.
Okay.
So losing some health is okay-ish. Taking an injury is bad.
Got it.
All right. But Oakland and Rebecca can also go at roughly the same time.
I'll take a minor action to move into the square here.
Okay.
And then open fire on the Mirelurk.
All right.
Pistol. Hey, nobody's allowed to eat my boss. Get away from her, you filthy creature.
It's my emergency ration. I mean...
I'm going to spend an AP for an additional dice.
Okay. Yep, and you do have the auto pistol, so you could fire up to 4 more bullets for 4 extra dice of damage.
then I will do that.
Okay.
I will go with all 4 bullets. I did buy extra bullets for this, so
Yep.
That's a total of 5 bullets I'll be spending for this attack. And AP goes down 1 and roll. Can I spend luck point?
Yes, you can.
Ugh.
Well, at least it's no longer a complication.
Yeah. So yeah, you see this thing kind of scuttling forward, and you just, it's the first time you fired it on full auto. You like flick, and bullets go everywhere.
Suppressing fire.
But it does not seem to affect the Mirelurk.
Help, help, I'm being suppressed.
Don't worry, I've got covering fire.
Does Rebecca want to rally?
I can. I was considering aiming and then trying to attack to see if I could actually do any good, but
I mean, if you want to attack, you can too. I wasn't sure if she was hanging back because she does not like to kill stuff, or because...
I mean, raiders are one thing, they're people. Mirelurks are something else entirely.
Fair enough.
They're crab people.
Yeah, they're nasty.
They're Goram bullet sponges.
See, this is how my GM brain works. Now I'm thinking, like, I should write a plot where there's some Mirelurks have become, like, sentient.
Sentient? Mean.
Crab people.
Well, on the plus side, if you do let me flamer it to death, we can eat later.
So, Chris, I'm trying to find the aim, and I am not having any success. Because apparently, Control F with aim just does not bring it up.
The document.
Actions? Okay, minor actions. What page are you on? Oh,
you
there we
reroll
go.
a 1d20 on the first attack you make.
I will aim first.
Okay.
With my little pipe gun, which probably won't be very effective. And then I will shoot at it.
All right.
Every bit counts.
And for that, are you using its perception? Yes, for small arms.
No, it's agility.
Energy weapons is perception.
Okay, 6 either way. Reroll a 20.
You can reroll the 16 if you like.
I will do so.
Oh,
3 successes.
Not only is that a hit, but that actually generates an action point as well.
Nice.
And its left front leg. All right. So Oakland, like, you see this creature scuttle up and like takes a snap at Malibu. You fire off a bunch of bullets. There's a little like poof sound off from the side as Rebecca lets fire. Her shot does hit the creature but bounces right off of its shell.
Yeah. I don't have piercing.
That will take us to Malibu.
Okay, so she is going to aim and shoot at Mirelurk that is trying to eat her.
Okay.
She's going to spend a luck point. And yeah, she'll just spend a luck point.
Oof. All the 20s are coming out now.
Yeah, no kidding.
This has been savage.
I'll spend an additional luck point and just reroll all that stuff.
Okay.
It was bad. That's a lot better.
So one luck rerolls 1d20, but that's still a hit, so.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry about that.
No worries. It's weird because it's similar enough to Star Trek where you reroll everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, that will bounce right off of its hind leg.
Brutal. Okay. And then Dogmeat's going to attack. And he inflicts his own melee damage on a target if the attack is successful. So I don't roll another attack with him since I successfully hit. He just rolls his damage, or?
Yeah, he rolls to assist.
Okay.
So he would roll 1 die. Or I'll get him for you.
Just 1d20?
Yep, 1d20 against a difficulty of 7 with a tag skill of 2. Or you can just click on his bite and just slide the dice slider down to 1. Okay, so no extra action points, but he does do it. But he does do his bite damage.
Okay.
Chomp chomp. It's vicious, so it's 2 damage, but it's still not enough to chew through the armor.
Not enough to get through the armor. Okay. That's me.
Scuttle. Scuttle.
Not them.
Scuttle.
No, flings. They're so annoying.
That will bring us back around to Boise.
God damn it, there's hatchlings too. Boise will take a minor to change zones to over here.
Okay.
I will spend an action point for an extra minor for the aim action.
Okay.
Because I'm going to try and shoot the Mirelurk in the face.
Alright. Holy crap.
All the 20s are coming out.
Well, that's better.
That is a hit. No action points, but it is a hit.
And you know what? I'm going to luck those 2 blanks.
Okay. Alright.
So 6 piercing 2 to the face. AKA head trauma. I hope.
So this thing rears back. It looks like it's trying to get into a position where it can like really bring its pincers to bear on Malibu and or Dogmeat. And as it rears back, you kind of sight down onto its tiny, beady little crab face, and it kind of reels for a second. It is stunned.
Perfect.
Anything else? There's no action points, so.
Yeah.
All right. That will take us to AB.
Is Jeff there or is he muted?
I don't know.
Jeff, no.
Sorry about that. I'm just seeing a friend.
Okay. You're up.
What? It's still alive?
It is. Mm-hmm. It is currently
they're
stunned.
armored to hell. That's why I shot in the face to at least stun it.
Well, okay, I'll cross into this zone. I'll come over by Oakland here.
Okay.
And we'll spend Oh, we'll spend the 4 in flamer fuel, and we'll try to see if we can ignite it.
All right.
Pre-cooked.
Cooked crab.
Mm.
Y'all might be able to eat well tonight. So we don't have any AP left?
No.
Okay.
Going for that face shot.
Yeah. Totally worth spending AP to stun it.
Yeah, save me a luck point for rerolling that 20 anyway.
Right. That is a hit. And an action point.
I'll roll my 7 dice.
7 dice.
Poosh.
I mean, it is an aquatic creature. It might be vulnerable to flames.
So it is going to take 7 and 7 and 7 and 7. And if you like, you can spend 1 more ammo to hit the hatchling that's there as well.
Ah, yes, I will do that.
Hatchlings are far more vulnerable. So as this thing is rearing back, kind of stunned, AB, you come in and you just like hose down the earth flames. Like Malibu, it's toasty. Like one side of you is slightly more tan than the other now.
Oh boy.
But we have seafood.
That will take us to Rebecca and Oakland.
I will aim and then shoot at the hatchling in my zone.
Okay.
Because I know how annoying those little bastards are. And it's very.
It's like it came in and it deployed drones.
Kinda. I'll re-roll the 19. There we go, 2 successes.
That is a hit. No action points, but a hit.
Three damage.
It is still alive.
What?
And Rebecca's annoyance increases.
Yeah.
Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did.
Except it does crab claws when it sings.
She was like dancing
maybe.
from foot to foot, trying to avoid getting her toes snapped.
Snip, 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 snip.
It's gonna give you such a pinch.
Little buggers! Annoying.
Right.
Pesky. Yeah.
Right.
Oakland moves up to help Rebecca and will take a single shot at the Mirelurk hatchling.
Okay. Oh my god.
All the 20s.
Can you imagine if this was D&D?
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we would be winning if we were playing D&D. I will spend luck point to re-roll that.
Okay. That is a hit. Generates an action point in the process because it is. Actually, no, it doesn't. It's just a hit because it is tiny. But it is a hit.
How about that? 4 damage and 2 effects.
All right. So yeah, that is enough to lay waste to it. You kind of like, Rebecca's like shooting at it. It's like coming in and trying to like get her toes and just kind of stride over it. And I mean, it's tiny, so you can kind of like almost straddle it, just fire like straight down, like.
Tiny compared to a Mirelurk. I mean, it's still the size of a football.
Yeah.
Seeing it gives you such a pinch.
It's like a football-sized bug. No one wants that.
But yes, there's one Mirelurk.
There's still one more.
There, Malibu is up before it is.
It's gonna go into God mode.
It's going to become a legendary Mirelurk hatchling. Watch this.
Named legendary.
Mutate.
The game does have rules for making, like, taking the normal creatures in the book and making them legendary.
Yep.
Malibu's gonna rally. She's gonna rally the crew here. She's gonna say, "Okay, we're all gonna have a crab bake for dinner tonight. Just as soon as we kill this last one."
Can someone kill this last one?
Perfect. We'll call that charisma and speech. I know normally it says the rally action is endurance and survival, but I do like to do it based off of what the character does. That way it lets people play into their strengths better.
I appreciate that. Let's see how many 20s I roll. Oh, no. So I generate 1 action point.
You do. All right. The living Mirelurk hatchling.
The hatchling inspired by your moving speech.
It is going to take a major action to move 2 zones back into the water. That will take us around to Boise.
God damn it. Well, I mean, the bright side for me is it's, just 1 zone over for me.
I was going to say, it's still technically 1 zone away, so that's good.
It's a nice peninsula you got there.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll take my miner to Ames.
Okay.
And then I'll take a die to shoot it.
Okay. So yeah, you see this tiny little thing like scurrying off into the water, and you like run off onto this peninsula here and fire downwards. Woof.
I'm pissed.
Pow!
I'm inspired.
Glad you liked my speech.
So it'd be that would be 3 action points actually.
Oh, wow.
Well, final luck. Story of my life. There we go. That'll help.
There, that is enough to finish that one last Mirelurk hatchling off.
I can't let it get away after that inspiring speech.
Well, no, more importantly, it might escape, grow up, and seek vengeance.
That's right.
Yes, trigger the montage of a hatchling like working out with weights, staring at a photo of the group.
Leave an orphan hatchling.
Yeah, cue the training montage.
Yeah. Just watching it get buff.
And then it comes back as a legendary hatchling. All right. Loot the bodies.
Oh, yes.
Cavort.
Loot the camp.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I've got the item sheet up, so.
Okay, perfect. So, whoever is scavenging the Mirelurk can give me an endurance and survival roll. It is difficulty 0, so you don't have to roll if you don't want to.
I've only got an 8 total on that.
I've got a 9, and it is a tag.
Well, I just figure I've got a buzzsaw, so I just go in and cut it up for meat. Huh? Seriously.
Yeah, can people assist?
And it's not like I really have to worry about whether or not it's poisonous or whatever, because I don't give a shit.
I'll say 1 person can assist.
Okay.
Well, are you going to roll there, Jeff, with your buzzsaw?
Yeah, what do I need? Do I just want a buzzsaw roll, or do I need something else to do?
It's endurance and survival.
I happen to be good at those.
This is not AB's first time butchering that corpse with a buzzsaw.
No, that's actually the purpose of the buzzsaw. cutting turkey and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Turkey.
So is this one of these
Right.
cool things where if I generate some like more action points, like I can spend them to find something in the gullet?
Well, that's part of why we have the chance to roll, so we have AP for loot roll.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, in my case, I'm gonna steal 2 action points and get more dice.
It's 3 for 2 dice.
Yeah.
So 3 for 2 dice.
Yeah.
You guys
It goes 1. It goes 1, 2, 3 for dice cost.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, my Conan reflexes.
Yep. Yeah, their first 3 games use a flat cost, and then I realized the exponential cost makes characters a little bit less brutally effective.
Mm-hmm. So I will spend and roll 4.
Okay.
Weird, but
Taking numbers. Oh. Okay. All right. So you do generate 1 in the process.
And I'll roll to the assist.
Oh, perfect.
Guess not.
Okay.
We have less loot rolls.
Right. But you do from it. You do get 2 pieces of Mirelurk meat.
Yeah.
And 1 piece of soft shell Mirelurk meat.
Ooh, that sounds like it might be the better one.
Well, as long as you can cook with it.
Do the hatchlings have anything?
The hatchlings can also be butchered. Endurance and survival difficulty of 0. You don't have to roll again, but success will get you 1 portion of Mirelurk meat.
Just a normal roll, and I'll assist.
Me?
I was talking to Jeff.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, Jeff's roll's better than mine. I mean, it's just by 1, but still.
So meanwhile, we'll move over. We'll start doing up the hatchlings.
I'll walk over and start looking at the raider camp.
Okay. Survival endurance.
Survival and endurance. Yeah, I think Oakland was also policing the raider body. So
I'll check on him while I'm there.
Nice consistent rolling, I see.
All right. So it is difficult. It is difficulty 0. So you do manage to get 3 more Mirelurk meat out of the, or 4 more out of the 4 hatchlings.
Excellent. We'll add it to the tally.
Yep, I think Mike has the loot list open.
He did say he did.
I've been adding things.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. The raiders.
God, these things are harder to butcher than a radstag.
Yeah. Well, they're so tiny, right?
Yeah.
Well, they're a little tough.
Tiny.
It's hard to get that little, that good meat out of them.
There's moss, algae.
Getting to the edible part of a crab is pain in the ass. So.
True enough.
Although, granted, if you go onto YouTube, you can watch a guy who does an awesome job with a squirrel.
Oh.
Getting to the edible part of the squirrel with a crab with a squirrel, I mean?
I legit have a cookbook on my shelf that starts with find and clean 9 medium-sized squirrels.
Yeah. This dude, he went out, shot his own squirrel with birdshot, brings it back, completely skins it, does everything to it, cooks it. It was awesome video.
Apparently it's quite tasty.
Oh, and the way he made it, it was literally fall off the bone type.
Huh.
How could you tell?
Because it fell off the squirrel bone.
That's right. The bones are little, but they're still there.
Perfect. All right. So there are 5 raiders. So everything I'm going to tell you, there are 5 of. Road leathers.
Sun's armor. 5, 7. All right.
Pipe guns.
Okay.
And then there are only 4 tire irons.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to the other one.
Gee, I wonder.
I mean, technically, if it broke, it could be potentially stabby.
You also find amongst the raiders, like they've each got like a handful of caps, so like 47 caps total.
Sweet.
All right.
And
That's money that Oakland and I can buy some more 10mm ammo for.
Yeah, I have to go shopping for 308 at this rate.
Eat it up.
Can I spend a luck point so that we find 308?
There is no 308 here.
Unfortunately, it's above the rarity level at rarity one.
You could, of course, spend you could spend a luck point and get some 308.
Chris can just say no.
Yeah.
I can
what we
offer
just
the luck
did.
point, but he does not have to say yes.
Yeah.
Fair.
There is, however, 84 38 rounds.
Now, if only I could work with them to add a 0 in the middle.
Well, we can probably trade them for something.
All right, so that means we're at 109 38 rounds.
Wow.
So we either find some 38s or we convert that into 10mm ammo.
I used
pipe weapons are 38.
I shake the pipe gun up in the air for you. Here you go, bud.
That's why everybody has a pipe gun, because the ammo is everywhere. It's a shit-ass weapon.
But you never run out of ammo.
Seems to me, I think in Fallout 4, I ran around with like the pipe gun forever just because I had so much ammo for it.
It was the laser gun for me, man. When I got my laser gun, all I could find was fusion cells.
Yeah, I got the named 10mm pistol. Can't remember what it's called. But it has like a really low AP cost for firing, and I have Grim Reaper Sprint.
Oh, nice.
So I went into there's one of the quests. I will try to avoid some spoilers because I know Anita hasn't, I don't think, gotten there yet.
Thank you. No, probably not. Not if it's part of the main quest line.
Is it after Diamond City? The answer is no.
Yes, I think it is. Anyway, there's a quest that you go on, and there's like you get ambushed by like a dozen guys, but they're all like fairly easy to take out. I killed all of them because I would just go and then reload, and my AP would refresh because of Grim Reaper Sprint, and I just killed them all before they even got a shot off. I was like, I love this gun.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right.
76 has ammo converters. So
Oh,
you
nice.
can convert like ammo to another type. I mean, the exchange rate is terrible, but it's really handy for getting rid of pipe gun ammo when you don't have a single pipe gun around.
I'm
Why would I
assuming
have a
one of
pipe
like
gun when I've
the
got my 10 mil?
I'm assuming one of like the gunsmith type talents can probably do that.
Nope.
Sadly,
Really?
no. You can do it in Fallout New Vegas. You can dismantle your ammo, but you can't in the other games.
Yeah.
Right. And then tossing the camp. Everybody can roll. Choose who's going to be the lead. It's perception and survival. And then everybody else assists. So everybody else rolls 1 die. The leader will roll 2 dice.
I will be an assister.
That is a 12 for me with tag, but there's also a robot that reduces the difficulty.
Yeah, my perception and let's see, what is it? Survival is really it's an 8.
Okay, yeah, I have a +4, which I believe does overcome the modifier for you having a lower difficulty at that point.
Absolutely. Yeah. You lead, will assist.
Chris, what's the difficulty of the check?
It is difficulty 3.
Okay, dog meat reduces it by 1.
Awesome. So it is difficulty 2 then. Dogmeat will also assist because he's a good boy.
Yes.
Yay, we're winning.
Dogmeat's always a good boy.
Sorry, it's perception and...
Perception and survival.
Wow, this is gonna be bad because I'm sorry in advance.
No problem. Great roll. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Difficulty 3 goes on 2. So 4 action points. So you
loot rolls.
So you do have 1 extra. So again, there's an assortment of clothing, food, beverages, chems. There's no junk here, though.
Did we spend that 1 overflow and turned it into 10mm ammo?
There's no ammo here. They just had what was in the guns.
We spend AP for rolls above the automatic stuff.
Yeah. If you spend...
So let's spend an AP.
Yeah, if you spend all of your APs, then you can max out the rolls on the 4 charts there are.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone have an issue with that?
No, I think it sounds like a great idea.
God, no, go for it.
Let's do it.
When I get a chance, I think I'm going to throw these all into rollable tables here on Foundry.
That's not a bad idea. But it's always an in-the-moment thought, isn't it?
Well, I've been trying to add the items because they're a little bit more useful. All right, so food. That is going to be 2d20.
Give me a melon and a tater.
14.
So a 28. A 28 is some brain fungus.
Nummy brain fungus.
Okay, 2d20 again.
How many?
3 altogether.
This is 19.
19 is some Instamash.
I'll get the 3rd.
How many?
Each of these is just 1.
Okay.
And a 37 is Noodle Cup.
Oh, Noodle Cup. The Legend of the Wasteland.
Beverages. I'm going to need 2d20 twice.
JJ's favorite drink was Noodle Cup.
Tug me with the 9.
Nuka-Cola.
Nice.
Oh. Something with some fizz still in it.
You want to roll the other one, Rebecca? Oh. Looks like Dogmeat with 35.
35.
Dogmeat sniffing it all out.
Tugmeat found some moonshine.
Ooh.
Ooh. Well, he won't be
still
sniffing
my
anything
unbeating
now.
heart.
Nose is going to be
Dogmeat is
burning
now
for a while.
MVP. Good job, Dogmeat.
Alright. 1 roll on the chem table.
I'll do the chem table. Is it 1d20 or 2?
It's 2.
Okay. How about a 25?
25 is some diluted Radaway.
Oh, something useful for you guys.
That's how we roll.
That's how I rolled, at least.
And 2d20 on the clothing table.
13.
13. Some engineer's armor. You guys are running into like all kinds of like smart.
We got engineer's armor last game too.
And
It just offers lower bonuses than my scientist lab.
yeah. And 1 more roll on the clothing table.
I'll take it.
Another engineer's armor. What's our shift range if someone spends a luck on that?
Somebody could spend a luck to push that to engineer's armor.
Or engineer's armor, which is what it is.
Or road leathers.
Oh, Jesus. Never mind.
Well, there must be some, like cap value for these things.
It's because it's near the dam, and the raiders wiped out the engineers that used to work here.
The quote-unquote dam, you mean?
Totally makes sense.
We'll start calling quote-unquote engineer's armor to go with the quote-unquote dam.
Yeah.
We'll make it the running joke. It's like every time we get like engineer's armor, we'll have to find something to do with it. Like we'll start like patching it together to make like some weird engineer sculpture somewhere.
I mean,
like Burning Man.
the engineer's armor is like 1 physical resistance, 1 energy damage, or energy resistance.
I mean, it's handy if you don't have any.
Yeah, better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I might take that then. That can go over my vault suit, right?
Think so.
Depends on whether the vault suit is considered an outfit or clothing.
It's considered clothing.
Should be fine then.
As
long as the engineer's armor is armor and not an outfit.
Engineer's armor is an outfit.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah. You can't do that. I know, I already checked.
All right. So standing amongst these corpses as you're like loading 38 rounds into probably like a makeshift sack made out of engineer's armor.
Probably is.
Like a little travois, as it were.
Tie the reinforced boots together over someone's shoulder.
Just tie the legs at the bottom, and you can fill the hollow legs.
Exactly.
Sling the pants over your shoulder.
We might be able to do too.
I was just going to say to tie the arms to the legs and use it like a backpack.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not an engineer for nothing.
Screw that, I'm going home.
Alright. But XPs. What's like here?
Ooh. Let's increase from our 14.
I hope we get a level.
I'm not expecting 86 XP.
No.
Neither am I.
Could be cool.
I mean, that was a Mirelurk.
Alright. Assuming you guys are gonna like head back to Paradise Springs or Paradise Valley or Paradise or whatever you decide you would like to call it, because you've been given every single Paradise-esque name.
That place by the dashboard lights.
Yeah. There you go. There's a new one. Oh, I should have named one of the bars dashboard lights. All right. Everybody gets basically defeating these guys up here at the dam counts as a minor quest. So there's some quest XP here. There's some XP for skill use because there was a difficulty 3 skill test involved. So everybody gets 74 XP, but I'll bump that up to bring you to what you need for second level.
So an extra 12 to make it 86.
Yep.
Which puts us at exactly 100 XP, crossing the threshold from level 1 to level 2.
Yep. So just so you guys are aware how things work leveling wise, when you level, you get +1 added to your health. You get 1 skill point to put in a skill of your choice. And you get 1 perk for which you meet the prerequisites.
Cool.
Cool.
And once you hit second level, the starting cap of 3 on a skill is no longer there.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's up at 6.
Yes.
Alrighty. I will raise my medicine to 4 then.
But by the time you guys make it back, it is probably getting dark-ish as you stroll back into town, feeling good that you have done some good for these people. I mean, they have kind of a cascading level of problems, because if you guys had dealt with Cinder and his gang without dealing with these morons, then these people would have tried to extort them. So there's like a kind of like a levels of issues that the people of Paradise are having. But you feel confident that you've done some good for these people here as you get ready to retire for the evening, and we will call game there for this week.
Cool.
Great.
Hello, Pine Top. What are you doing sitting around here with your head hung down, looking so sad?
I just think about all these piano players going around here making big money playing on these records.
Well, why don't you play on some of these records?
That's a good idea, boy. I believe I start rehearsing right now.